So good morning, and welcome to the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy's Bridgewater campus. My name is Dennis Ball, and I am the Deputy Director of Training at the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy. Today I have the absolute honor and privilege to be the Master of Ceremonies for the graduation of Career Recruit Class BW29. Welcome to all family and friends and dignitaries on behalf of State Fire Marshal John Davin and the men and women of the Department of Fire Services. For the family and friends who are unable to attend today, this event will be recorded and will be available in a few hours on YouTube. Christina Mitchell sitting right here, she'll make that happen, so thank you, Christina. All right, so maybe later this afternoon that will happen? Yeah. Okay, excellent. At this time, I ask that you please join me in welcoming our presiding officer for today's ceremony, Deputy State Fire Marshal Maribel Fournier, accompanied by the official party. Please join me welcoming the chiefs of the fire departments of today's graduating recruits. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd ask you to rise for the entrance of Class BW29 and the posting of our national and state colors. Ladies and gentlemen, Class BW29 was led in by members of the Brockton Fire Department, pipe and drums. Thank you, sir. I'd ask you to remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. Please remain standing for our invocation delivered by Chaplain Bloom.
Let us pray. Almighty and most gracious God, we ask your blessing upon this graduating class, but not only them, but the staff that so capably taught them and the families that so ably supported them. We ask your blessing upon this gathering now, that we all may do what is right and good in your sight. Bless these young men and women now. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Please be seated. So welcome, everyone. I'd like to introduce the members of the stage party. So the Department of Fire Services is a vital public safety agency that works to keep our communities safe. We provide firefighter training, obviously, public education, fire prevention, code enforcement, licensing, fire investigation, hazardous material responses. Stand by. Good. Who's our IT guy? He did. Thank you. Can you hear me? I'll just talk loud. We good? So fire investigation, hazardous materials, responses, and incident support throughout the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. The person entrusted to lead the Department of Fire Services, Deputy State Fire Marshal Maribel Fournier. The Director of the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy, Mr. Eric Lippman. Representing the Massachusetts Corps of Fire Chaplains, Chaplain Gary Bloom, Bridgewater Fire. Representing the Massachusetts Fire Training Council, who is our governing body, Chief Justin Alexander, Easton Fire. Recruit, Assistant Program Coordinator, Mr. James Haggerty, Franklin Fire, retired. Recruit, Assistant Coordinator, Mr. Michael Moriarty, Lakeville Fire, retired. So a couple of thank yous before we get started. So thank you to our administrative staff. Every organization has staff members that are behind the scenes supporting the effort. Their dedication and efforts are the backbone of our success as instructors, program coordinators, and officers. Thank you to Program Administrative Assistant Kerry Marcotte. Where are you hiding, Kerry? Kerry? Nope, she's hiding, okay? And Miss Lisa Rose, who's the Bridgewater Campus Administrative Assistant. So thank you so much for your service. The Commonwealth, the Academy, and our recruits are truly benefit from the wealth of knowledge and professionalism of the instructors and the support staff that provide daily training. They're all fire service professionals. Our standard at the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy in the classroom and in the drill yard is summed up in 2 sentences. Amateurs train until they get it right. Professionals train until we can't get it wrong. Our staff absolutely believes in these words and embodies them through their actions every day at this academy. The recruits graduating today are now prepared to enter one of the most dangerous and rewarding professions because of their efforts and dedication. Their standard is what we uphold. So thank you so much to the staff. Thank you. So at this time, it's my honor to introduce Deputy State Fire Marshal Maribel Fournier.
Thank you, Deputy Ball. Good morning. Morning. Take a breath. You all look so nervous. This is it. You made it. Again, good morning. Congratulations to recruits of Class BW29. I want to take this opportunity to thank, as Dennis Ball mentioned, our instructor staff, our crib support staff, and our administrative staff. Without their daily hard work, we wouldn't be where we are today. They really make sure that you guys have everything you need every day to make sure that you graduate and make it through this program successfully. I would also like to thank, and you should also be thanking, your chiefs. Without their support and having you come here to this academy, we wouldn't be what we are either. So thank you to the chiefs as well. As mentioned previously, you're very fortunate to be trained by a group of elite instructors. They bring years and years of experience. Many of them work a shift and then come work for us afterwards. Many have retired and continue to work for us. We have instructors that have 30, 40, 45 years of experience. Probably a lot older than some of you guys have ever, since you were born, have been here and continue to work for us because they are dedicated to ensure that you get the most possible, the most best training that you could possibly have in your career. I also don't want you to forget your family. For the past 10 weeks, they're your backbone to come here. I'm sure packing your lunches, doing your dirty laundry, putting up with you for 10 weeks, lacking sleep, taking care of family things at home, and allowed you to do your training. And you will need their continued support as the years come. You'll be missing birthday parties, anniversaries, graduations, and I know that probably doesn't sound too thrilling, but you've chosen a great career, something that you should be proud of. You'll be faced with all types of emergencies, and you'll be dealing with people on their very worst day. So one thing I can tell you is, remember to have empathy, be sympathetic, because you'll be dealing with people when it's probably the worst day of their ultimate life. So just keep that in mind as you throughout your career. I also want to remind you of a couple things that I feel are important as you go all throughout your career. I know you guys all participated in PT. I take great pleasure reading your comments about PT and how well you've done from the beginning to the end over the 10 weeks, and how our great instructors have put you through these great workouts. Maintaining your physical health, not just today, but throughout your career. In addition to that, equally important is your mental health. Not just for your coworkers, but most importantly, your family. So make sure that you maintain both your physical and mental health. Also, training. Don't let it stop today. We've given you the bare bones of what you need to get into the fire service. We provide so much training. Today we have tech rescue training out here today. Pick up another trade. Pick up something else that you can learn and continue to give back to public safety and to the fire service. Continue to work towards something new. Never stop learning. And if someone tells you you know everything, you absolutely know nothing. I learn something new from the people I work with every day. There's always something new to understand and something new to learn. I don't want to take up too much time because I know you guys want to enjoy this glorious weather out here. So enjoy this moment. I wish you all a long and healthy career. And for the very last time, you'll no longer be called recruits. Congratulations, firefighters of Class BW29.
I'd like to invite Massachusetts Firefighting Academy Director Littman to the podium for a few words.
Good morning, everybody. I would like to welcome family, friends, active and retired uniformed personnel, and the fire chiefs in attendance to celebrate the graduation of career recruit class BW29. It's an honor to be standing here today as the director of the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy. As a graduate of recruit class 118 in 1996, little did I know that the exceptional training that I received would sustain me throughout my 30-year career of firefighting and emergency medical services across two different sides of the country. To the family, friends, and significant others of the recruits graduating today, I want to thank you and express my sincere gratitude on behalf of the entire MFA staff for supporting them during their training. I know from personal experience that your loved ones graduating today did not make it through the rigorous academic and fireground education without your support. The recruits came home tired, hangry, and most likely grumpy, day after day, only with hours of studying ahead of them, just to wake up and have to do it all over again for 50 days. The critical support provided will continue and be essential for the recruits to have a long and healthy career as it has for me. I can assure all of you that your loved ones have been provided the foundational firefighting skills in accordance with the highest industry standards. From instructors, some of which you see here today, that have literally hundreds of years of collective experience serving their communities. The recruits will graduate today to become the finest profession based in service, honor, integrity, and the trust of their citizens in their respective communities throughout the Commonwealth. To quote Albert Einstein, only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. To the recruits of Class BW29, congratulations, you made it. Enjoy the moment. And when you walk into the firehouse on your next shift, hit the ground running. Continue to remain teachable from your training officers and the predecessors, some of which you see here today, that have come before you. Most of all, serve the citizens of the Commonwealth with pride, integrity, and honor that has transcended this profession in Massachusetts for over 250 years. Back to when only the highest esteemed members of the community were chosen to be on the rattle watch at night to alert citizens of a fire. Most importantly, stay safe and take care of your brothers and sisters of the fire service so that everyone goes home to their families at the end of their shift. Thank you.
I'd like to invite Chief Alexander to the podium to present the Richard N. Bangs Outstanding Recruit Award on behalf of the Massachusetts Massachusetts Fire Training Council. Chief.
Good morning. Richard N. Bangs was the chairman of the Massachusetts Fire Training Council for many years. Upon his retirement, the council voted to name the Outstanding Student Award in his honor. The career recruit training curriculum is designed to train, evaluate students in the basic skills of firefighting profession. This course is demanding both physically and academically, and completing it is an accomplishment worthy of recognition. In each class, there is one student selected who has excelled in the training program, and this student is named as the outstanding student of the class. This award is based upon the student's total academic and practical skills, testing, and evaluations. At this time, I would like to invite Chief John Burke of the Sandwich Fire Department to join me on stage. That doesn't give you a hint. I am pleased to present the Richard N. Bangs Award to the outstanding student of Recruit Class BW29 to Recruit 205, Kyle Hine of the Sandwich Fire Department. Come on up.
Good deal. So at this time, I'd like to call upon Recruit Assistant Coordinators, Mr. Haggerty and Mr. Moriarty, to call the roll of today's graduates. Family and friends, please come up to about this general vicinity, not beyond the camera, and feel free to take some photographs. You good? All right. When your firefighter is called, obviously, all right? Very, very quickly, any veterans in the audience? Veterans, please stand, acknowledge, so we can acknowledge you. No veterans today? No. Wow. Yep. Oh, here we go. Thank you for your service. Law enforcement, any law enforcement in the room joining us today? Thank you so much. Mr. Moriarty, Mr. Haggerty.
Morning, everyone. Before we get started, I'd like to take a moment just to address you. Family, relatives, the graduating firefighters. So what I'd like you to do right now is just take a look at the outside perimeter of this room and the sea of blue that you see out there. I've had the honor and privilege to be part of this academy, of this campus, since day one. And since that day, we've had 28, this is our 29th graduation. And one of the things that I find absolutely amazing about this campus is that every one of these individuals that you see on the outside perimeter of this room at this point in time, I'm sure had a place where they could have been a lot drier this morning than to be here. But recruits, soon to be firefighters, this is your family. They're here today for you. That is part of that tradition that the spokespersons have mentioned prior to me coming up here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. I'm very proud to call you my brothers and sisters. Thank you for being here. Okay, now for the main show. I'd like to invite up to the stage, please, Bellingham Chief Miller. My honor and privilege to introduce Corey Rafter. Again, I'm going to repeat what Mr. Ball had mentioned. please come up front and get those pictures, all right? 30 years from now, when they retire, you'll have something to show them. Remember when? All right. At this point, I'd like to introduce up to the stage the Brewster Fire Chief, please. Chief Moran. I'd like to bring up to the stage at this point in time Firefighter Corey Hoyt. I'd like to invite up to the stage at this time the Bridgewater Chief, please. Chief Slats. My honor to introduce Kevin Gunnison. I'd like to introduce up to the stage at this time the Canton Chief, please. Canton Fire Chief, Chief Robbery. My honor to introduce at this time Michaela Kelly. I'd like to invite up to the stage at this time Fairhaven Chief, please. Chief Carrera. My honor to introduce Brad Johnson. Also from Fairhaven, I'd like to invite up to the stage William Oliver. I'd like to invite up to the stage at this time Lakeville Chief, Chief O'Brien. Also, I'd like to invite up to the stage at this time Kevin Severance, please. There it is. It's my honor at this time to introduce Neil Severance. I'd like to introduce up to the stage at this time Norwell Chief, Chief Keene. Along with Chief Keene, I'd like to invite up to the stage Jack Smith, please. It's my honor at this time to introduce graduate Kevin Smith. I'd like to invite up to the stage at this time Norwood Chief, please. Chief Bailey. My honor at this time to invite up to the stage graduate Justin Megaman. I'd like to invite up to the stage at this time from Provincetown, EMS Coordinator, Mr. Rance. Okay, also at this time, I'd like to invite up to stage McNeely, please, Martin McNeely. My honor at this time to introduce graduate Jordana McNeely, please. Jordanka McNeely. I'd like to invite up to the stage at this time E.J. Martinez, please. Mr. Martinez. My honor to introduce graduate Eli Martinez. I'd like to invite up to the stage at this time Mr. Robert Cordero, please. I'd like to introduce this time graduate firefighter Joseph Nystrom. I'd like to invite the Rockland Chief up to the stage, please. Chief Duffy. My honor to introduce graduate Dean Piccini. I'd like to invite up to the stage from Sandwich, please, Chief Burke. My honor to introduce firefighter Kyle Hine. Also from Sandwich, I'd like to introduce graduate Wayne McDonald. I'd like to introduce the Situate Chief, please. Situate Chief up to the stage. Chief Riley. At this time, I can introduce graduate Aiden Woke. I'd like to invite up to the stage from Wellfleet Chief Pauley, please. Chief Pauley. Introduce graduate Robert Sujak. I'd like to invite the Westport Chief up to the stage, please. Chief Baldwin. Lord Chief, I'd like to invite up to the stage Ann Peckham, please. My honor to introduce graduate Ryan Silva. I'd like to introduce up to the stage the Rentham Fire Chief, please. Chief Marino. I'd like to invite up to the stage graduate Lindsay Dugas. I'd like to invite up to the stage Yarmouth Fire Chief, please. Chief Araskew. Also like to invite up to the stage Timothy McMahon, please. My honor to introduce graduate Josiah Dulac. Also from Yarmouth, I'd like to introduce Derek Lamptier. It's going through the whole gauntlet. Recruit class BW29, please stand for me, please. All right. 10 weeks ago, we met in this room with apprehensions, nervousness, all that type of anxiety feelings and everything else. And if you remember what we said at that time, we start as a team, and what do? We end as a team, correct? At this point, I'd like you to please turn and face family members. Parents, friends, relatives, it is with great honor and total privilege that I can introduce to you right now, no longer recruit class B29, but firefighters from Bridgewater, class 29. Okay, class, about face, please. You may be seated.
Thank you, Mr. Haggerty. So each class is assigned a spokesperson to represent the recruit class. This recruit has been selected by the assistant program coordinators and is responsible for the class leadership and all communications between the recruits and the academy staff. It's now time for me to call upon spokesperson for class BW29, formerly recruit 205, firefighter Kyle Hine, Sandwich Fire.
Hello. So, I wasn't going to write a speech and then decided yesterday it was probably a good idea to take some time to do this because this is a heck of a lot more people than is in my living room at home. So, hello again. My name is Kyle Hine. The last 10 weeks I've been recruit 205. I'd like to start with saying a few formal thank yous. Thank you to the academy, administration, the crib staff. Crib staff made everything work behind the scenes. We put a lot of empty bottles in this room behind us, and every morning we come in, find them mostly full. We always look for the full ones. But equipment issues were always handled quickly, and no matter how much water we put on their fires, they'd always tell us to put on more. So we appreciate you, and you made it work. Thank you to our instructors. We're very fortunate to have the instructors we had for the last 10 weeks. It's obvious they weren't just teaching us how to pass the test. They were teaching us how to be firefighters. Bridging the gap between what the textbook says and how real life works, it was appreciated. They've built the foundation that we can now build on, and someday hopefully we can do the same for the next generation. Thank you to our departments, our chiefs, our communities. There's 16 towns represented by this class. That's 16 communities that have put their faith in us to come here, learn the job, and go back and provide exceptional service. We are here because of them. We're here for them. Finally, I'd like to thank our families. To the family members that are here with us today, and those that are here with us in spirit, this would not have been possible without you. The last 10 weeks have been exhausting for us, physically and mentally. But everything we felt was kicked right back to our families at home. Challenges existed, not just here at the academy, but back at home too. You supported us, encouraged us, and most importantly, you picked up the slack for us. You made sure everything kept rolling back at home, and by doing so, you've given us the opportunity to pursue our dream. Thank you. Now, I'd like to take a moment to talk about this class. This was an exceptional class. Not just in the classroom and on the drill yard, but as people. 10 weeks ago, we only knew each other as numbers and towns. And today, we consider each other friends. This class is filled with all kinds of different people. Some are young, some are older. For some, this is their first real job. And others, this is a second, third, fourth career. Some grew up around a firehouse, and others are first-generation firefighters. But when you're stuck in an actual prison, surrounded by barbed wire, without phones, you get to know each other pretty well. Fortunately, this group bonded quickly. For 8 hours a day, we were disconnected from the world. All we had was each other. That was it. We shared a common goal. We exercised together, ate together, drilled together. We complained to each other. We supported each other. For the last 10 weeks, we pushed, carried, and dragged each other through all kinds of obstacles, literally, including that door on the second floor of the search building that Derek's knee seemed to find every time. We became a team, and we should all be proud of making it to this moment. But now, what do? For the last 10 weeks, there have been no trick questions. The rules were made up. The points didn't matter. But tomorrow, they do. Tomorrow, there are consequences for our actions, good and bad. Tomorrow, it all matters. There's no more multiple choice. Your accountability tags will no longer have numbers on them. They'll have your names. Our water bottles will be replaced with tools, and no one will be checking your climbing angle or the halyard. Fires won't be made out of pallets and straw. Flow paths won't just be in a dollhouse. The next hole you cut won't be 6 inches off the ground. The next search you do won't be in the Charlie building. It'll be in someone's home. You won't be looking for a mannequin or a hose dummy. You'll be looking for a person with a family, just like ours. A family that was proud of them on their graduation. A family that expects you to save them. They expect us to not just be competent, but to be the best. They do not care what you scored on the test, or if you know what direction grass falls in a brush fire. It's towards the fire. All they care about is that you showed up to work ready and willing. They trust us to be there. I was told early on in my journey becoming a firefighter that the fire service is one of the few remaining professions that has the inherent trust of the public. That trust was earned. It was earned by the generations of firefighters before us. And just like the knowledge and wisdom that was passed on to us from our instructors here at the academy and our senior firefighters back at home, that inherent trust is also being passed on to us. Graduating today, we now have a duty to protect and grow that trust, and we can do it every day. How? By doing the right thing when no one is watching. Checking your truck in the morning, training, exercising. We build that trust on every call without even knowing it. When you pick someone up off the floor at 2 a.m., when you hold their hand in the back of an ambulance, or you find their phone under the backseat of their car after an accident. Heck, even holding the door open for them when you're picking up your coffee in the morning at Dunkin'. Those small actions help us maintain the trust we need when it matters. When you're sitting in the backseat of a car, covering a scared teenager with a blanket, telling them it's going to be okay, while the roof is being cut off and they have no idea what's going on. They're going to trust you. When you ask a mother to hand their child out of a third-story window, and they do, it's because they trust you. When you tell someone's spouse that you are doing everything you can to save them, while you're doing compressions in the middle of their living room, they're going to believe you. Why? Because you are a firefighter. It's an honor and a privilege to be given that trust. It is our obligation and duty to protect it and pass it on. Most people have no idea what we do on a day-to-day basis. I'd say most of our families don't. It's hard to explain, but regardless, they trust us to do it. Mr. Johnson asked on our first burn day why we wanted to be firefighters. It's a hard question to answer. Most of us gave some form of the generic. We wanted to help people. Amongst ourselves, we may mock each other for that answer. But the truth is, it's okay for that to be the reason why. There's nothing wrong with it. When asked what we do, we help people. That's it. We're fortunate to be in a profession that allows us to do just that. Spend your careers finding more and more ways to help. Leave everything better than you found it. Keep people safe and help solve their problems. That's all. Some days will be better than others, but always remember why you wanted to do this job. That will make the hard days a little bit easier. This is just the beginning. We have a great foundation to build on. Now it's time to go back to work. Ask questions, Dean. Show up with purpose. Decide to be great. Make it happen. Bridgewater 29, it has been an absolute pleasure. Congratulations. Stay safe and good luck. Thank you. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to bring up Neil Severance to help present the plaque.
So very, very quickly, there are many traditions within the fire service. Each class presents a plaque to the instructors to be displayed on campus, and it represents their spirit and marks their efforts. It serves as an inspiration for generations of firefighters to come. So if you could bring this to the center here, and Mr. Hagan, you can take care of the rest.
As I was mentioned, tradition that everybody leaves a mark on their campus. All right, I have the honor of having 28 plaques on the wall right now. This will be the 29th. Please, after everything is completed this morning, if you want to take a walk next door and see those plaques, it's a mark of every one of these recruits that have come through this campus, because it is their campus. For the rest of existence, they are part of this Bridgewater campus. And what it is and what it's going to become will be in their hands. But I cannot accept this plaque because the biggest part, the most essential part of the honor of that plaque goes to the instructors. They are the ones that have taken part every single day to give that little extra, to hold that hand, to give that advice, and to guide these individuals to that career that I've been passionate about for almost 50 years of my life, right? At this time, I'd like to invite up the instructor staff to receive this diploma, or this plaque for me, please. Come on, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just a small percentage of the phenomenal staff that is on this campus. And if you want to see some other activities going on, we got tech rescue going on out there in this lovely sunny afternoon. This is what we do 24/7. Thank you for everybody.
Thank you so much. Outstanding, outstanding. Please stand for the benediction by Chaplain Bloom.
Let us pray. Almighty and most gracious God, we ask your blessing upon the communities, the families, everyone that's represented here. But we especially pray for these new graduates. May they be called to a purpose that's far greater than anything imaginable. It's more than a job. It's more than a profession. There's a nobility of the calling to which they have been called. Help all of us now to accept that with utter gratitude and thanksgiving for their commitment. And we ask your blessing upon them, that they may be safe. Watch over the families that support them and the communities they all represent. In your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremonies. On behalf of State Fire Marshal John Davin and the men and women of the Department of Fire Services, I would like to thank you for joining us today on this very, very special occasion. We wish each member of Class BW29 only the best in their careers. I ask that you remain standing for the departure of the official party, followed by the chiefs of the department, and then Brockton Fire Department's pipes and drums will lead out Class BW29. Class B29, come to attention. Dismissed for your department duties. Okay, guys. Folks,